Are you ready for super duper mega advanced enlightenment discussion? Maybe you'll even just go there. Maybe you're already there. Probably not. You wouldn't be on my channel, right? You'd be off in some, etheric space. You're ready to go to the super duper awakened state. Actually, it's enlightenment that I'm going to talk about. This will get you to think, and then maybe you'll start to change a few things during your day and become like, wow, aware? Yeah. And then you'll start to shift more and more into it. You ready to go there? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, your Zen powerhouse. I'm here to help you break through fear. Fear is a driving force here. It rules the planet because we created it and we rule. So whatever we think and we believe, we create. It's here, we come here, we sign up for it and we stay in it. You got to break through it. Which brings me to my subject matter today. What's enlightenment versus awakening? Well, you could say it's the same thing, but I'm going to give you a different perspective. Take it or leave it. Enlightenment for me is when you go to a super awakened state. Awakening is where you are right now, possibly even higher, is when we wake up to what we are. And there are different frequencies within that. We're awake. We can never go back. Once you know that you're not this body, that there's a higher, let's just say, energy field that flows through all things, that we are beautiful, we are amazing, and that the other stuff we think and believe and do is the illusion, and that there's purpose in everything. You start to wake up more and more and more and more to the fact that we just don't know anything, not really, and that everything exists, and we can't always know the reason why, but we know one thing. We're here to know ourselves. We're here to experience all that we are and we aren't, which means we're everything. We're the aren't, which is the darkness, and the are, which is perfection. So, if that made sense to you, you're probably in that pretty high awakened state. What's enlightenment? I'll give you some examples. Somebody on my my other YouTube channel said, I've just learned to accept people and, don't let things bother me. I even see people with masks and I just smile at them. Enlightenment doesn't even go into that space. Now this is going to make sense to you, hopefully. The thought behind that was a very positive one. Oh, somebody's wearing masks. I'm going to smile at them anyways. The statement alone says that normally I would disapprove of that. I think that that's silly or whatever it is thought they have in their head. Enlightenment doesn't see a person in a mask. It doesn't even go into that space. It's not like, oh, I see this and I'm going to love it anyways. It's, I just see this. Do you get that? Awakening versus enlightenment. Awakened people deal with horrific things. Some bad, some really bad, some okay. And then they're hurt by it, and they carry pain around. And then they realize, I'm going to forgive this person, no matter what they did. I'm going to forgive you for what you did to me. Boom, beautiful. Enlightenment. There's nothing to forgive because no one does anything wrong in the first place. Now if you're saying, whoa, wait a minute, it's okay. It's okay, you're in here trying to understand that. Ego can't understand it. Enlightenment is the one unconditional love, which means you've never made a mistake in the first place. An enlightened person knows that whatever that was, as painful as it is, and unpleasant, doesn't make it right, right? You don't have to approve of it. Knows that there was purpose and great teachings in it. So therefore it can't be wrong. So there's nothing to forgive. Without these things, we don't evolve and learn. So those really horrific things are the most challenging that allow us to evolve to be the person that says, there's nothing to forgive. because forgiveness says you did something wrong in the first place. Does this make sense? All right, so I could go on and on and on. Maybe you want me to give examples. You can write in the comments and say, what about this? What about this? You are whatever. I'm going to love you anyways. Is awakening. Enlightenment says, we're just one. We're just one. It doesn't go past that. There's no other thought there. It has to go back here, right? Into the, okay, you're okay. You're okay, I'm okay. Enlightenment knows that I won't know and I don't have to. Awakening continues to find meaning and purpose and goes into the higher end of that. In other words, awakened people that are looking to find their purpose in life are not enlightened. When you go into enlightenment, there's no purpose. You just are. And you're exploring everything, that's it. And through it, you get to experience everything without judgment. You get to know it. You get to experience what it feels like to go into the darkness. So awakening is that which, of course, categorizes, names, separates, still continues to, and chooses the higher thoughts, the higher frequencies, but still has to be a person with a purpose or a light being with a purpose or has to know certain things. Enlightenment needs none of that. So do you see that enlightenment is when we go into a space of completely letting go? And you know what's there? Miracles. When people, and at my miracle circle, those of you in my miracle circle, you know this. Come on over. It's a monthly membership. We've had spontaneous healings. We've had miracles happen. All kinds of things. People write me. Sometimes they don't say it to the group, but they'll write me and tell me some things that have happened. I get this frequently. So my question to you is, what happens when a miracle occurs? What happens? We let go. We don't have to have results. So the ego that wants to be healed, that wants something, is still trying to control a situation. Does this make sense? So if you're trying to control a situation, you're still in ego state. I want this, I desire this. Now, by the way, there's nothing wrong with desires. I teach manifesting. You guys know, free manifesting videos, right? Manifest anything, because you can, but not because you need it, and you have to have it to make you happy. The manifesting I talk about on the high frequency is a desire to create and expand, not that will satisfy this or that will make me happy or when I get that. And that's tough to let go of, because we know when we have money and health and all these things, we're very happy. All right, so I'm not talking about that. You don't go past that because you're still a human being. You still get to experience that. But you don't have an attachment to either side. You just enjoy it or experience it or both. Does this make sense? All right, so what are you going to do now? Awareness is everything. So if you feel that you are in an awakened state because you're making the highest, best possible choices you can at the moment, just continue on with that. And eventually, you'll let go of it. You won't even need that. You'll just let go. I don't need to judge anything. I don't need to know. I don't need to control this. I don't need to name it. I don't need to say, I'm going to love you even though you're wearing a mask or you're a certain religion or you're a certain color. I love you unconditionally. That dissolves. All of that dissolves, so you're not even dealing with it. I hope you understood this, because when you get it, you're going to realize how much you may be hanging on to the I'm still judging and loving it anyways. Judgment is separation, and so it is a block for you. So when you let go of that and you just observe, you observe. You don't go brain dead, and you realize If I am conditioned to think a certain way, you observe that. So you don't fight that and make it go away. You observe the separation, judgment feelings that you're programmed to experience. And you realize that was the programming. It's a programming energy field. And so you don't do anything with it. Some of you will say, well, how do I get past that? You know, because I still am told that things are this way with certain people or certain religions or certain countries or whatever. I'm still yes, that's part of the experience, is to recognize what it is. Programming that you no longer have to be attached to. I don't have to have an opinion about it because only the ego does that, and that's separation. All right, we're going to talk more about this. Separation can be a frequency. It's down here, but the more you separate yourself, the lower you go. You can still be in separation and be in an awakened state, working on it. When you go in enlightenment, there's no separation. You understand that everything's one energy, just experiencing all facets of itself in every possible form, time, place. None of that exists. It's just an energy field, just one, beyond our comprehension. So as an enlightened person in a human body, you don't even try to figure it out because the ego wants to figure that out. You just know it, and you don't need answers anymore. Enlightenment is requiring no answers. Enlightenment is what I call the knowing. You just know. Things that you can't explain to other people because it's so beyond how we function here. You also know that you're a human being and that you're going to participate in that experience, and you're okay with that too. You don't fight being human. You say, I'm here as a human. Okay. Yep, it was a choice of a role. Play it out well, my friend. So I hope you'll subscribe. I'm going to think about where that is. It's to my left. It's right here, yeah. And free videos, free series, Manifest Anything. And then there are so many other things that I will show you that you can participate in, or make changes in your energy field. We have to make some very serious decisions about our lives, and I know you're up for it. So thank you so much for being here on my channel. I welcome your comments, and as always, you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.